apologize. What's going on, y'all? So I did decide to do the fourth stream. I guess technically it's stream number 1 since it's, time is at 1 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't help but to say this and, start the streaming, get it rolling. But I figured this is why. I figured this was something that, needed to be said, and I think it's pretty obvious. As well as I just felt like talking and getting some content, getting more content out there, grinding out, and especially when I get my truck series cars ready and rocking and rolling. Anyway, so a big thing that I've been seeing here lately on this game, and just a lot of things that just my reasons on why this game is dead. Why it's time for NASCAR Heat 3 to come out, because some issues that we're having here is just look at the multiplayer lobbies. Well, matter of fact, we'll go back. 43 active racers, not including myself, 7 active lobbies. Okay. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 active lobbies, 43 drivers split into 43 lobbies. That's pretty much 6 or 7 drivers a lobby. Well, of course, you got 10 in that one, 9 in that one, 13 in the other one. So, the other 3 lobbies, they contribute out to be different. But big reason why NASCAR Heat 2 is dead is just the simple fact that we do have a good, decent lobby right here, right? It's an advanced, custom setup race lobby. Problem is, it's Talladega, single track, Talladega. That's an issue. First and foremost, if you're going to run a single track on Talladega, and that's all you want to run, that's why NASCAR is dead. That's why the game's dead, because everybody just wants to run Talladega. Because they are not versatile and they cannot run other tracks. Well, then I get into Talladega. Let's see who's in. I'm not going to name names out of here, but let me tell you some names in here that I see that I know for a fact. I can name. Yep. I can name 2, 3, 4. I can name 4 drivers out of this lobby. 4 drivers. 4 out of the 11 drivers. The one being myself, not including myself. So 4 out of 10 drivers that are in this lobby. 4 out of 10 of them. 6 of them I can't say anything about, but there's at least 4 drivers in here that I can tell you are just garbage racers and garbage people. They're just toxic beyond means. Just toxic behavior and toxic driving and no racer's etiquette or anything. They don't handle themselves very well. They don't carry themselves on a racetrack at all, which is an issue for me. And these are the out of these drivers, I never see them in anything but Talladega, which is sad. You would think if you race Talladega over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, you'd win some races and you'd be better at it and you could hold a line, but apparently that's not the truth here. So we'll go ahead and leave this lobby. So out of that lobby, we've seen 4 out of 10 racers that were completely trash. Okay, well, let's go look at this one. How many drivers in this race that I can name out? Okay, I can only name 1 that I know of that is completely toxic and cannot drive. Very slow cars though, very slow time. That's ridiculous. You're running 13% on 4 times length, or 13% length in 4 times wear, with yellow flags on, and you're only running 48th across the board. All those laps to run a 3 deep, train, or a 4 deep train, and that tells me all you guys are doing is wrecking. And that's toxic behavior, that's toxic driving, and no racer's etiquette. Don't want nothing to do with that. We'll go look at this guy real quick. Let's see in here, how many people in here? Okay, I don't know any of these drivers, so I can't say anything about them. Okay. both of you are single tracked. That is ridiculous. Okay, so let me explain to you what these lobbies tell me. Let me explain this to you. So, when I see a lobby, okay, this bottom lobby by Gator Mike 89 host, what that host tells me is either one, he didn't take the time to get setups. He didn't take the time to put setups in, didn't even take the time to spend 30 minutes on YouTube looking up setups, which I don't know why you need YouTube to make a setup anyway. Setups in this game are extremely easy to create, and understand and comprehend. You are racing Watkins Glen, which is a versatile track. It's a road course, and I respect that. I can't say anything because I just recently learned how to race Watkins Glen as of like yesterday. And honestly, if I got on it right now, I'd be rusty as hell at it. Topic of, you know, you have no advance, so stability help and everything's on. So that tells me you either can't drive without stability help, you don't know how to set up a lobby properly, or you're just, I don't know, set up, period. Okay, let's move on to another one here. Advanced. So you're running advanced with no setups. Okay, what does that tell me about your server? That tells me that you are running advanced settings, but you cannot run a line. It tells me not fast, it tells me you don't have a card, it tells me you're really just not worth anything, and you're slow, and your car's, you're just garbage. Just completely trash, you don't know what you're doing, and that's just final thing I have to say about that. So that's another toxic lobby. Talladega on the trucks. Okay, well that's just stupid, but regardless, if you want to run the trucks, it's fine. No hate, I don't discriminate or anything like that, but I mean, come on now, are you serious right now? You want to run all tracks with the trucks with no setups? That just tells me you're just lazy. You just don't want to take any time to do anything. Bristol, you want to race all tracks and you're expecting to get all 40 drivers on 3% one times where on all tracks in the Xfinity Cup. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to race the Xfinity Cup with no setups, because the Xfinity Cups are always already slow as hell. Especially the trucks, they're slow as shit. So no, I'm not going to sit here and run either one of these, because the setup makes both of these series even better, because you can pretty much full throttle all the tracks that you can't full throttle all the way around. Say like Dover in the trucks compared to the Monster Energy series. Dover, I got to lift. I don't have to brake, but I have to lift. In the truck, I can just full throttle it all the way around unless I'm side by side headbutting each other. So that's pretty much why NASCAR Heat 2 Online is dead. Toxic people who are not versatile, not interactive, and don't care about the setups, and that's an issue. I think setup lobbies should be mandatory. If you don't make a setup, then you lose, period. But don't sit here and force me to race your shitty lobbies, because nobody wants to race with the setup. And don't force me to race fucking Talladega every goddamn day, all day long. That's just bullshit. I don't want to race Talladega all day long. I got better shit to do than sit there and race Talladega. Matter of fact, I got better shit to do than sit here and bitch about racing Talladega. So that moves me to my next point. Literally all those servers, I just gave you every reason why they're shit. Either toxic people, toxic lobby, or just the simplicity of how it's set up is trash. And the people who set them up are trash. This one right here, hosted lobby, Monster Energy, all tracks, Atlanta. 6 players are in here. This tells me 6 players that don't have setups. Atlanta, really? You don't have a setup for Atlanta? You're running one... I can't do it. I'm not dealing with that. Why wouldn't you want to run a setup? Now, I would understand, okay, if you want to run setups, that's fine. But at least make it so I can go into the freaking pit stall without going in on the green flag and adjust my car. That I can respect a little bit more. So this guy, 13%, 4 times. The yellow flags are on 13%. You're racing a lot of tracks. There's a lot of different stuff going on here. Stability help might be off, but setups are just off as well. This is really the only one that I can kind of respect. I don't think it's fair that you're only allowing people to do pit adjustments instead of allowing people to come with their car setups. That just tells me that your car is slow as dog shit and you just are fucking garbage. Period. I mean, it's just, I'm not gonna break it down any other way other than, you know, if you're shit, if you are garbage and you're just shit, and I believe that you're just fucking shit, then that's all I'm gonna tell you. I don't know what else to fucking tell you. And if you don't want to hear that from me, then I don't know what the fuck to tell you about that neither. It's just, it is just ridiculous on how dead these lobbies are. I mean, look at it. I mean, I can't. What is the point? We're about to do the truck setups, but I just want to talk about this one more time. What is the point? Like, come on, man. What's the point of racing Talladega every day, all day? That's all you guys want to race is Talladega, Talladega, Talladega. Let's go race Talladega. Fuck Talladega, dude. Talladega ain't worth a fuck anymore. Yeah, I raced Talladega for, you know, day in, day out, but it got boring. I mean, that's all it was. It got boring. I did it for a week straight and just, I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, it's fun. I mean, going fast. I got lucky around with, you know, really good drivers for a week in private servers, private lobbies, and I mean, that was cool, but just so many different position changes and just, you know, the racers' etiquette in those lobbies, and it was amazing. But then I get on here, on pubs and, you know, public lobbies, and just, wow. There's no lobbies. I mean, this is what I'm talking about with iRacing. I mean, this is why I play iRacing so much. You know, I came to console to entertain on the console a little bit more and stay off PC as much as possible. And, you know, find something to do on PS4 and, you know, NASCAR Heat 2. That was good because iRacing did so good on the channel. But it's just, it makes me sick to my stomach. It really does. It makes me just so sick to my stomach to think that, you know what, this is all people want to race is Talladega. 2 out of these 6 lobbies are Talladega. Okay, so there's 4 more options, right? Well, here's the thing. My other 4 options are Race Camping World Series. That's an issue for me because they're racing 13% 2 times with no flags on. Okay. So if I get wrecked, that's it. I'm racing 13% laps, and if I get wrecked, I'm just fucked. Period. You're just fucked if you get wrecked. Point blank. That's just how it works. At least with the caution, even though they are extremely broken in this game, which hopefully 704 takes a look at for NASCAR Heat 3 coming out in probably October or September, making a late 2018 release. The release date should be told to us by the end of this month, early next month, by the way. Wow, I never knew I could have so many words for this. No, I don't want to race Talladega, and I don't want to race Camping World Series. And I sure as hell don't want to race all tracks with no cautions and 4% with no setups. Now, I'd race them with no cautions. with setups on, yeah, all day long. Because I know that I'm not going to get fucking wrecked if I can pull away. Period. Watkins Glen 13% 4 times. Here's an issue. Only advanced. And you guys can say, oh, we'll just create your lobby. No, because nobody wants to fucking join my lobby because my lobby's 13% 4 times with yellows. Yellows, green, white, checkered, and black flags, and they don't like that. That's their own damn fucking problem, but I mean, get the fuck over yourself, period. I'm just sitting here watching these lobbies go from 7 to 4. 2, was it? 3 lobbies just died. 3 lobbies died. There was 36 racers, now there's 34. And there was 43 earlier. So within the past 10 minutes, a bunch of racers got offline. This shouldn't even be a thing. Let's go look at fastest lap times for the week. As a matter of fact, let's look at just today. Okay. 28.611 is my fastest time at Atlanta. I'm right in there with everybody else on daily. Let's go look at a weekly. 28s all the way across the board. I'm running 28s. That's fine. Let's look at all times. No, 28s. 28s all across the board at Atlanta. That tells you that I have no issues at Atlanta. I'm still within the pace. I mean, I'm not even a full second off pace, which, you know, I'm happy with. Auto Club 38.835. Still within everybody else. Let's go weekly. 37's okay. Let's go all time. 37's all across the board for the best times, which, you know, puts me not even a full second off the pace, because the fastest time is an 8.81. Mine's an 8.35, so I'm still within, you know, less than a second, which is great. I mean, we'll just look at the dailies. Bristol 17.094, so we're about a second off the pace. We suck at Bristol. Charlotte, we're way off the pace. 2 seconds off the pace. Chicagoland 29, we're off the pace again. Darlington 30 seconds. We suck at Darlington. Daytona 44.683, 44s all across the board. We're happy with that. Dover 22s all across the board. Homestead 30s all across the board. Indy 50s, very slow. Kansas 30s, pretty much all across the board. Kentucky, this is gonna be real bad. 30, not as bad as I thought for a daily. 30s, we're off pace. Martinsville 19 seconds. Michigan, this is gonna be bad as well. New Hampshire, this is going to be bad as well. Actually, not so bad. Phoenix, this should be pretty decent. We're second off the pace almost, pretty much. 52 from 49s. Wait, what was that? 49 what? 49.8? What's the fastest time ever? 49.8 for the weekly. 49.429. You were really fast. We've run pretty quick at Richmond, that's for sure. 20.910. Okay. So if we look at the daily, we are literally faster than... Okay, well, we're top 10. If our personal best was the daily, which it might as well just should be. I don't think we've ever driven at Sonoma. Oh. Talladega. 46,948. We're up there. Texas 28s. Watkins Glen 114, 114. So we're a couple cycles off. Alright, let's check these race lobbies again. See nobody. So here's the problem. This was game. I get so tired. Ridiculous. But we're not worried about it. We're gonna go to Quick Racer. We're gonna get our truck series setups going again. How many tracks do y'all race at? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21. So 5 less tracks than the Monster Cup Series races at, which is odd. Okay. I don't know why, but our fucking stream ended. Or not the stream, the party. Matter of fact, one more thing that I want to address. Why NASCAR Heat 2 is dead. Career mode. Career mode is dead because once you get on a 5-star team, doesn't matter. You'll be fast as shit. I can put this on legendary difficulty. Wouldn't make a difference. 13% race length. 4 times normal. Strict yellows. 3 race stages. All of that. And it wouldn't make a difference. But you know what? We're going to start racing full damage races. We are going to make this game as hard as possible. With all the BS in between. So we'll accept that. Yeah, we would save those changes. Accept them. But yeah, even with those settings, I know I lowered them, but even with, you know, the maxed out settings like that, other than the full damage thing, as long as you're on a 5-star team, your truck's fast as shit already without a setup. And then on top of that, it's insane. It just makes no sense what they got going on in that game, but it is just ridiculous and very annoying. But I play the seasons just because I'm trying to get the trophies for them, and then I'll eventually start playing them again. Which, if the multiplayer still keeps looking like garbage like it is, then that's what's gonna have to happen. Honestly, the single player career mode's more fun than the multiplayer, and that's the simplicity fact of there's cutscenes in there with the drivers and stuff like that, which is cool. But that alone makes hit better than the multiplayer in the fact that I can compete on a head-to-head level, but it's still a lot of things that need to be added into the career mode to make it more versatile and interactive for players, and I really wish they would do that. I wish they would set it up kind of like MLB 18 The Show set up this year, where you talk to the manager, you talk to the coaches and stuff like that, and you talk to other players, and you say you have big decisions and questions for people's opinions of you, and as far as where you're gonna go in the league and so forth and blah blah blah, or like NBA 2K. Well, MLB's the same way too with the branding. Which brands, what brand are you gonna go with? Are you gonna go with a Ford truck or a Ford car, or Chevy, or who do you want to race for? What if you spent money, like say you earned the money in career mode, and say you earned $10 million, you got $10 million, well, that's enough money to start up a low budget team, get you some race cars and get your driver, and get your shop opened, and then you'll be okay. Start out, get some bank loans, whatever, go in debt for a minute, and then come back and win some races, and all that stuff, and then research and development, earn money to do research and development, kind of like in the old NASCAR game, where you could buy engine upgrades and suspension upgrades and so forth. I mean, there's so much that they could do that they just don't do. That's an issue for me. I just, quite honestly, that's an issue for me, and I won't ever let it go. Until they fix that and they start doing something like that, I won't let it go. Until that point, I will always say that NASCAR Heat 2 is garbage and trash. That's just how it's gonna be. And I just spilled soda everywhere, all down myself. Screw it. Alright, we'll start at Atlanta. We'll get a setup put in for Atlanta. You guys are free to copy what I got going on right here. However, mind you that some of these setups are not completely done. So kind of just download these at your own risk almost. Alright. However, I will be fine-tuning them as we go through this experience. So Atlanta, very simple. Get your pen and paper ready. These setups are not, I mean, they're not gonna guarantee you any leaderboard times or anything like that, but what they are going to do is allow you to compete at a competitive level. And if competing, I need to change my settings on my phone. I got all my setups written down in my phone. It's ridiculous. If I lost my setups on my phone and I got corrupted, like how do I say this? If I had a corrupted like PlayStation again, dude, I would flip. I'd flip the fuck out. Not even gonna lie, I would literally, I'd lose my mind. I would just not be able to cope. 54. What the fuck is going on Facebook? Oh, fuck that. Are people like sending me messages or shit? I'm not understanding right now. Hold on, let's fucking check Facebook. Because my phone is blowing the fuck up. I apologize. Dang. Okay. What the fuck? This is just ridiculous. Okay. I really just don't know who you are. This is why I hate Facebook. 'Cause it takes up so much of your time and you can't get nothing done. Okay. I apologize. So we're gonna do 54.2, 50 and a half, 49 and a half. There should be 4. That should be good. This should be 12 and 11. The trucks and the car are pretty much set up the same way almost for most places. Don't let that fool you though, because there are some minor differences that will really screw you up. Okay. Should be 32, 35, 33, 25, and 36.50. Right? Right. Okay. 10, negative 10. I hate how long it takes. I wish I could just enter the number instead of sitting here trying to scroll through them. It'd just be so much faster for me to enter the number. 1435. We're gonna move this to 11 or 1088. And this is the issue with people. They're just so lazy and they won't take the time to just go through here and throw a setup in. It just watch my video or watch, you know, somebody else's video on, you know, how do I get, you know, so and so, whatever, you know, it may be. Just get it done. I mean, if you sit here and fight with it, 3, 2, 140, that should be 95, that should be 340. Okay, that should be the setup right there. We'll run it. If you sit here and fight it, and I mean, like, if you're gonna sit here and argue and, you know, fight the situation, but yes, it's gonna take time, but in the long run, once you get your setup in, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna pack a lip real quick. Put a dip in, and we'll get this grunt style machine going down the road, test the setup out. Might have to do some minor tweaks. By the way, guys, feel free to write these setups down as excuse me. Feel free to write these setups down as we go. However, I do not recommend doing anything to your car. I know some of you guys might be watching mobile right now or something, or on your laptops, and playing your game at the same time. Do not enter your setups in at the same time. Take the time to allow me to go around the track a few times. I know I'm taking a very long time on Atlanta, but the next 19 tracks that we go to put a setup in, or actually not even 19, so we're not doing Eldora. We're going to look at Eldora, but I'm pretty sure I already have a setup in Eldora, and that's just going to be to show you guys the Eldora setup. Okay, that made it spit can. Alright, but yeah, don't put the setups in immediately. Let me run a few laps on the track. I usually run about 2 or 3 laps to get a feel for the car and all of that. Okay, that's what I tend to do, for the reasoning of I don't know how it's gonna react, and I take every turn differently, and I run different lines with it just to get a feel. Okay, so truck is acting fairly passive, which I will show you guys the setup one more time before we're done. We'll run this last lap. We'll get through this last turn. We'll try to overtake this truck right here. Alright, we'll go back to the pit. We ran 38.57, 38.69 off 2 laps. Full throttle all the way around Atlanta. I'm not quite sure if those are very fast laps or not for the trucks, but that is up for you guys to decide. This is the setup. Feel free to take it and do with it as you may do anything with it. I don't care. Share it with your friends, share it with your family, share it with whoever. Make your own tweaks to it. All I ask is if you do tweak this setup and you find something that, you know, works better than what we have here, and you know you're running faster laps, or whatever it may be, share your, in the comments, share your line. What line did you run? What tweaks did you make to it, and you know, so forth. You know, what did you change in specifics? Mark the specs, and you know, write them down. I mean, it's a community, share, you know, what we got going on here. I know a lot of online drivers don't like to share their setups with many people, if any, but me, I care less. I put a little bit of time into making them, and from there it doesn't hardly matter at that point. So this will be Atlanta. We'll quit off of Atlanta. We'll go find another track to compete on. I'm not quite sure what track comes after Atlanta, so bear with me on that. It's Bristol, so we will go to Bristol. Canadian Tire, could care less about really, but do I even have a Canadian Tire setup is the question. Okay, I don't have a Canadian Tire, nor do I have a... Okay, I thought there was another road course other than that. Maybe I was mistaken. I do have a Bristol setup, so setups I have are New Hampshire, Martinsville, Bristol, Pocono, Phoenix, Gateway, Dover, Homestead, Texas, Las Vegas, Kentucky, Kansas, Charlotte, and Chicago, and of course Iowa, Michigan, Daytona, and Talladega, as well as dirt and the Dirt Derby of Eldora. So I do not have Canadian Tire, and I feel like I'm missing one. That might, honestly, that might just be the only one that I don't have is a Canadian Tire. I've actually never been to Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, so that's going to be a fun journey. Alright, so we'll go to Bristol. We'll pull the Bristol setup up. Should run about 17 something on this track with this setup. But keep in mind, those are not 100% times yet. This Bristol setup, any series that I give you a Bristol setup for, they are still in the making. So we'll look for updates on them. This one might get finished right now. I might be able to tweak it and fine tune it out. But I'm also just not trying to take that much time going through all the tracks. I usually do another video or stream later of fine tuning. So what you want to do is drop everything down to 3. Again, write it down, but don't apply it until I run a couple laps on it, because I have not ran the trucks in forever, so I'm not quite sure how these setups are going to react. Be completely honest with you, sometimes I get drunk and I just make setups out of the blue and change stuff around. I get drunk and then I'll come back and be like, oh, I got a setup for this track, let me go ahead and, you know, pin that on my phone and take it on to something else. So that's something that's possibly have happened. 900, 310, 400. If you guys need a more advanced scheme of things of how these adjustments work and what they do, what everything does on this game, I did make a stream yesterday / video of how everything was and how it was all explained out. Does that say 35 and a half? Okay, that might be a little sketchy. 10, -10 like always. The only time that I don't run 10, -10 is on a road course. At a road course I run like -4.5 all the way around. I'm really tired. I don't know why. I have been up since 7 o'clock yesterday morning, streaming for hours. This would be the 4th stream of the day, however it is a new day technically, so I guess this will count as one stream for today's date. I try to stream 3 times a day, usually 3 different games. A lot of times I find myself doubling up on NASCAR. For the simplest fact of I love playing NASCAR. 3, 240, 171. And this is actually going to be 486, and we'll save it like that. Alright, save it twice. We'll get on the Sharpie 500. I like how you have to enter the pit on a certain side in this game.
Outside. Clear high, quick.
That's one thing that I do very poorly on this track, is run a line that
Inside.
is run a line that makes sense.
Still a car out there. All clear, driver.
You know, that's something that I didn't adjust. Now that I think about it. Okay, let's go back to the pit. I feel like I didn't adjust something. Okay, maybe I did. I just don't remember adjusting it. Just a reference. I thought I didn't adjust the tape.
Hey, you're on the wrong side. Outside. All clear. Easy, easy. Clear up top. Still there, he's outside. Clear.
I feel like we could loosen this truck up.
Slower, slower, slower. Still a car out there. Clear low.
Okay, I think I figured this track out. It's not about braking, it's about letting off the gas at a proper time. If you let off the throttle about right here and hit that turn hard about halfway through, just get back on the throttle and let off, exiting, and get back on it. Seems like you'll be okay.
Go ahead and steady.
Okay. So I'm happy with that. Started to run a couple 17-second laps. I think I have this setup listed to run about 500ths of a second faster, but that's all just preference and how you run the truck. But I think we're good at Bristol. Definitely did not mean to do that. Alright, so we'll go to Charlotte. I'm definitely experiencing fatigue. Alright. Okay. So what we'll actually do is go ahead and add that back. Save it like that.
Hold the bottom. Hold your line.
Okay, I'm happy with Charlotte. I am experiencing a lot of fatigue right now. So, what we'll do is we'll come back to the rest of the tracks. We got 3 in so far, but I need to get my rest. It's gonna be a big day tomorrow. Got more streams. I will add 3 streams tomorrow, however. We will do a full 3 streams. But other than that, I'm gonna get some rest. So, good night, y'all. Y'all have a good night. Good morning, depending on where you live at. Other than that, y'all be good, and I'll see y'all later on.